Farm Basics is brought to you by the Liberty Link trait and Liberty herbicide from Bayer. The most reliable weed management solution, Liberty Link and Liberty herbicide are the link to efficient row crop production and sustainable weed management.
During our Farm Basics time today, we're going to talk a little about winterizing farm equipment.
Well, one thing about farming in the northern part of the United States is you're definitely going to face a cold winter. Now, it could be a super cold winter or it could just be a normal cold winter. Either way, if you're running diesel equipment, you need to do something to be able to use that throughout the winter because, as most of you are very well aware, diesel fuel and very cold temperatures don't go well together. So what do farmers do to get their equipment so they can use it throughout the winter? One of the things that farmers will do is use a blend of diesel fuel. So they'll use number 1 diesel blended with number 2, and all of a sudden the point where that fuel is going to gel up is much lower, and that allows farmers to do work much further into the winter without having any issues with their equipment.
One of the biggest changes over the last 10 years in modern farming now is a lot of farmers have built these great big farm shops, as we call them, that are heated. It's awesome. So now the farmer can take his equipment in and get it ready for the winter, even in relatively cold conditions. Now, certainly there are farmers who will store everything in heated storage over the winter that, could present any type of issue, but that's not the norm. So what a lot of farmers will do is bring the equipment in and then they're running antifreeze through everything. Like the sprayer, for example. This is one of the things I worry about the most because we've got pumps on there, we've got some of these tips and lines and everything else. We want to run antifreeze through everything. We get that pretty well set after we've properly drained out and cleaned out that sprayer, and you know what, then you can take your sprayer and store that in cold storage after that point.
One other thing we see on a lot of farm equipment is hydraulics, and if you know anything about oil and hydraulic oil, when it gets really cold, well, so does the oil, and the oil isn't quite going to flow the way it would if it was 100 degrees outside. So many pieces of equipment, as Brian mentioned with the shop, farmers are trying to bring inside. Now, if they've got a heated shop, that's great, but just getting out of the cold temperatures where it's going to fluctuate from 20 below to 20 above and back and forth, this is going to help out quite a bit. So farmers will look at hydraulics as something I've got to take extra care to be able to use it throughout the winter.
Well, here again though, if you know you're going to have to run equipment in the really cold temps, like for us, for example, if it's forecasted to be a blizzard, here's what we end up doing is pulling in all the snow moving equipment and having that ready to go, and we've backed it into the different shops that we might have, so then we can pull straight out and start pushing that snow. But getting stuff inside just even for a day to let it unthaw or to let it thaw out, to let it, basically get all that snow melted off, all the liquid melted off there, that really helps.
So as you think about the farm over the winter, farmers definitely have to winterize their equipment to make sure they can still utilize it throughout the winter.
Well, another thing farmers are usually thinking about during the wintertime is how they're going to control weeds next year. We'll talk about our Weed of the Week coming up later in the show.